COVID-19 has claimed a part of El Paso history, a historian to be exact. 90-year-old Leon Metz died after battling pneumonia inside the Ambrosio Guillen Veterans Home.
Metz was well respected in the community for his vast knowledge of our history-rich borderland.
Well, Leon was a close personal friend. He inspired many of us to garner an interest in the heritage and culture of El Paso.
And like current historian Bernie Sargent, Metz was a transplant. Born in West Virginia, Metz served in the military stationed in El Paso. Metz was fascinated with gunslingers in the Wild West, but the historian who was honored with the Texas Historical Commission Lifetime Achievement Award saw beyond gunfighters. He highlighted the importance of our area's missions and the need to preserve them.
This is where we started. This is the land of our roots. And if you don't protect your roots, if you don't have respect for the roots from which you sprang, then you don't have respect for yourself, and you can't have respect for your city.
When El Pasoans questioned erecting the statue of a controversial man who lived 500 years ago, Don Juan de Oñate, Metz pointed out why we should look beyond the obvious.
Just because he's controversial doesn't mean we should have him, and just because he's controversial doesn't mean we ought to do away with him.
Known for amassing and retaining vast knowledge about our region, Alzheimer's robbed him of his memory 5 years ago. Metz studied the turn of the century, so he certainly knew about a previous pandemic, the Spanish flu, which also claimed hundreds of thousands of American lives, much like COVID-19 is doing today.
Yeah, it's very tragic that it ultimately took his life. When, like you say, when we had the Spanish flu.
There hasn't really been written much on John Wesley Hardin, and one reason is he wrote his own autobiography.
Metz found tombstones just as fascinating, so I asked Sargent what epitaph will be written on his friend's tombstone.
A gracious man, a humble man, a family man, and a man who was dedicated to his community as a whole.